to know everything. This is the name of the book.
That book, that's the Land of the Moon. I've seen that book. Yes.
Okay. So boom. Let me go. Okay, first I want to point out, do you see that they digging this out of some mud or dust or something? They also say the Turks is who messed up the nose on the Sphinx. The Turks did, the Turks and the Arabs, they did that. So I'm telling y'all, they moved this shit over to Africa whenever you get through from Memphis, Tennessee. And this is my strong opinion.
Wasn't it around like the 20s or the 30s when they started doing that, moving it over towards Africa or whatever?
Yes, sir. Okay, now here I want to show you something. You see their head wrapped up, so you know they Turks, Arabs, or whatever, right?
Yep.
This is them with this ladder, and this is our library. That's them stealing our goddamn ancient knowledge and shit here, is what you're looking at. Why you think they burn books?
Exactly.
They knew the shit was in the books because they went and got it out the books. Is it over here?
Man, what's the name of this book again? I gotta get that.
Ancient Egypt. Okay. Look at them moving shit, y'all. Look at this.
Yep.
They said this is the obelisk that's in New York, Seneca Village, if I'm not mistaken. This obelisk supposedly it came from Memphis. Do you think they bought that from Memphis? Not Memphis, from shit. You know what I'm talking about? Egypt. Do you think they went and got this from Memphis, or you think they went and got this from Africa?
There's still around in Brooklyn, still to this day.
It is still there. Absolutely, it is.
It originated there. So
okay. So they can miss us with the "we all come from Africa." Kiss my ass. No, we don't.
Hey, like I say, the water source always tell a story. No matter if they try to destroy the history, the water source, if it's still there, it always tells a story. That's what I'm playing.
Look at the Turks and the Arabs. They eventually became the Berbers, y'all. And these the Morocco, North African them. Right? It's them actively stealing your people's shit to claim it as their own. Does this look like does it look like a Native American to you? But look. Anytime you see that hat, you know it's bullshit.
Ain't it the little S hat? Which hat is that?
That's the Shriners, is what they call this one. The Shriners, but it's still a fez.
It's a fez.
And the Moors wear it as well. So I just look. I don't know. I can't call it. But I'm looking for some. Hold on. I think I passed it. Let me see.
Even the college hat the fez, but they don't say that though. It's a square on top of a fez.
Right.
Okay, listen at this. Hold on, I'm gonna start here because y'all need to see this part. In 1817, Belzoni found the tomb of Seti, who unalived about 1300 BC. Down in the burial chamber stood the sarcophagus, carved from a single block of translucent alabaster and decorated with tiny inlaid figures. Here was a treasure, nothing like it had ever been seen before, but the tomb had been plundered. Gone were the trio of great archaeologists. Wait, oh no, I'm sorry, I don't went up there. I need to be right here. My bad. Okay, gone were the mummy and almost everything else that was movable. You see where I'm going with this? Hey, the mummy's fate is part of the long story of tomb robbery in Egypt. As early as the 4th dynasty in the reign of Cheops, whatever that is, builder of the Great Pyramid, there's evidence of pillage, curses inscribed on early tombs, threaten with vengeance those who inflict damage and promise blessings to those who care for the tomb. With the fall of the Old Kingdom, an epidemic of looting began. The starving people traded the tomb treasures for bread. Okay. But I'm getting to this part about this mummy dust. So they're going to literally tell you.
People are writing about this like this is casual because remember, the book that she's reading, they weren't meant for people like us to read. You shouldn't have that knowledge. And the way they're writing that is so auspicious to me. I don't like that.
Y'all want to go and take your screenshot and blow it up and read it later?
Yeah. Just a second. Got it. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming over here. Appreciate it.
Were
You're welcome. My family.
considered to be New Age or esoteric.
What you say, baby?
I said most of these books were considered to be New Age or esoteric books.
They were just
And you can only find them in certain bookstores until they start getting, probably like the 2000s.
And taken off the list like
To more
and shit.
Or people sold them off. They wound it up in thrift stores because I know the ones that I have that are similar to that, I picked them up at thrift stores.
Yes, ma'am. Look.
It's crazy work, ain't it? It's
Do
crazy.
y'all see the people that's down here? Do them look like some slaves to you from Africa?
That's one.
It looks like a bunch of hard-ass working people. That's what it looks like from here.
It look like the white tea people to me.
What that looks like to
Okay.
me,
Now, I'm finna read. I'm start right here.
Did you see the guys carrying? Was that them stealing things, or was that them build? Oh, that wasn't them building the
I
pyramids.
think they were stealing.
They were stealing, baby.
what I think
Look,
they were
they
doing,
were stealing. Look at the picture. They were
I think
stealing, ma'am.
Everything.
They were stealing,
I think
ma'am.
they were taking down the thing from Chicago.
Oh, okay. So let me change my lenses. We weren't there putting together. We were forced to take it apart.
What it looked like.
They were taking things down from Chicago, I believe, because Chicago was also was named Egypt.
Yep, because there's a Cairo. There's a Cairo there.
I believe that was upper Egypt.
There's a Cairo and
Yeah, so they was because remember the World Trade?
I'm gonna tell you, Cairo, Illinois is one of the most prejudiced little bitty towns you're gonna go through, and if you're going 1.5 miles over the speed limit, you're finna get a ticket too.
Yep. You know, them people, man, they, like I said earlier, they were forced, well, they wasn't forced, they were kicked out over 130 countries. They found refuge here, and they wanted it for the taking. They wanted to make a home here, and in the place that they call Israel, and maybe one or two other places. But at the same time, man, them people, they were still the whole time. And having us thinking like we from another, from elsewhere, when we've been here the whole time.
Look at this. This is a chair, y'all. Look how big this chair is carved out of stone with inscriptions on it. Now you see they done moved it. Look at the bottom. You see they done moved it.
Yep. Hey, look at the artifacts on that. Man, it's telling a story. Man, I wish I could see. Man, look here. I need to get a good picture of that. See what it's doing. But I see the.
Take you a screenshot, brother.
Let me get it.
Take your screenshot. And that way you can blow it up and really look at it.
Look at it.
Okay,
yeah.
and there's some going all up the back.
Let me get that.
You see the ones going up the back in the middle?
Yep. It looked like I can barely see it though, but it's telling a story. It's telling you a whole.
Hell yeah, it's telling the story.
Yeah.
But look at the ray of sun at the top. Do y'all see the rays,
Yep.
or am I tripping? Do you see the hair?
Yep. Sure it does. Man,
Like that ain't it. Like we don't know us when we see us or something.
you say that's a chair?
Anyway, that's a chair carved in stone.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see how big it was? They didn't make them big ass doors and archways and chairs and shit for no reason, people. We were for real big as fuck.
what was that for?
I guarantee that story, and the way they tell a story in the stone is 3-dimensional or 4-dimensional or whatever. I don't know. It's way beyond what you'll see. You have to look deeper into it. Like, if the eyes open, you can see the story going on taking place. But
Okay, now let me read what they said about these mummies. They said mummy cases. Wait, let me start. Let me make sure. Now I'm starting at the beginning. Good. Okay. Adventurers who braved the sea voyage or overland route along the eastern Mediterranean. Did you hear them say the sea voyage, which lets you know they was on water, or the overland route along the eastern Mediterranean, where German, French, and English. Some wrote accounts of their travels. In 1547, Pierre Boulogne entered the Great Pyramid at Giza and saw the royal sarcophagus. So did Andre Thevet, chaplain to the Catherine de Medici. Medici. I know I done seen that before. It's D-E and then that right there. In 1549, Thevet entered the so-called mummy pits at Saqqara. The name Saqqara lets you know that that's our language once again. Looking for the bodies of unalived Egyptians. The shriveled corpses excited a great deal of interest. They are necromancers, or whatever. They infatuated with three things that I'm coming to see, and I'm going to tell you what they is in a minute. But this is definitely one of them. The 16th century had become a popular drug found in apothecary shops all over Europe. Tombs were ransacked to supply the constant demand for mummies. The Egyptians themselves broke up mummy cases for firewood and sold the powdered bodies of their ancestors as medicine. Y'all know that that's a lie if they saying that's what we did, because we don't do our folks like that. Let me see. Mummy has become merchandise, wrote physician author Sir Thomas Brown in 1658. And Pharaoh is sold for, and it's spelled Balsams. You got that, Chad? Balsam. Balsams. I want to know what that is, because they said that's what the Pharaoh sold for.
Spell it one more time.
Balsams. Now, y'all know they found, I think, Ramses the third or fourth or something in Arkansas. They found his mummy here. Y'all do something right. Think I'm lying, look it up. Or the posters on this page. You go down, it's the one that's got young gangster, young black youngster, or whatever, the rapper. It's the one with him on the saying, wait a minute. That's the one. Okay. It's Balsams. At a time.
Use it in a sentence, because what I'm finding, it doesn't look like this is what we're looking for.
It has to be something with a value, a monetary value, because it say, and Pharaoh is sold for that word. So that tells me that his stuff went for a lot more, something different than everybody else's.
Okay, so maybe it makes sense, because what I'm seeing online looks like architecture. That word is used for like names of resorts, and there's a picture that comes up that's this beautiful archway in New Hampshire.
Now pause. I know I done seen like maybe in London or certain places where they have just a big ass archway that people walk through. I know y'all done seen that.
Sure, you give me 1 second to take the case off my phone.
Okay. At a time when the going price in Scotland, they let you know they was doing this shit everywhere, was 8 shillings a pound. One candy trader exported 600 pounds in one shipment and made a killing. The word mummy comes from the Arabic. Didn't I tell you that's who that was over there? Mamia, meaning bitumen. Bitumen. What is bitumen? What is that? The Arch of Triumph. Where's the Arch of Triumph at, Iconic? And the Native Americans were in the mounds. Let me tell you. So this is how they used them in a civil situation against us. They were staying in the cliffs and in the mounds and stuff, and they would come down at night. We thinking we only got to worry about whoever we were already fighting.
They were apostles too.
And they coming down doing sneak moves and all kind of stuff, taking the food, pouring out all the water, just anything to keep us from winning. We had already done whooped ass in 40 skirmishes. They like to use the word skirmish. It means the exact same thing as WAR, it just don't sound like it. So every time you see the word skirmish, just know it was one of those.
So real quick,
it was helping too. The animals on the land, I mean, they couldn't get to a certain level without the animals tearing them up before they got to us. You feel me? Like everything was working against them as far as when it came down to that. You know what I'm saying?
I think there was unaliving animals like that. They almost made animals go extinct, and this is when they went to Africa, because Africa is a game and wildlife reserve. That's what they started. I got it in a book. Don't get mad at me that you live in a wildlife reserve.
I want to go back to that word you used, sister. You used the word Socorro. And I had noticed it a couple weeks ago because I'm just looking at the infrastructure projects here in North Carolina. And we have these new building projects that are being done under the name Socorro Housing. And they're supposed... Go ahead.
Saqqara.
Saqqara. Okay, no, this is Saqura.
They always play with the spelling, sweet baby. It's the same thing. You pronounce it the same way.
Yep, and right off the bat, it even tells you, now we're starting them here in the United States, but these housing projects, it says Socorro housing projects include social housing, apartment buildings, and share housing in Japan and Argentina. But they're starting to be built here now. And the United States is spending over $10 million just for one of these buildings. They say they're supposed to be low income. These are supposed to be low income projects. But through my studies, at least how I know we're using them here in North Carolina, a building that has over 200 units is only being allotted 32 or less vouchers.
So you see they building it up for them. They're going to throw a couple supposed to be, so they can't say they're being discriminated against. That's what that sound like to me.
Well,
why would they name it this though? Maybe we can try to do the etymology and see where that word comes from, and see, because it's got to mean something for them to keep using it.
Spell it again. Hold on. Spell that one more time.
It is S.
Okay, I'm just
Saqqara.
Saqqara. Yeah, necropolis. It's a historical place.
A metropolis, is that what you said?
Necropolis. Get it?
Necropolis.
Necropolis. And
so that's unalived.
Yeah, necro is unalived.
Oh shit. I wouldn't want to live there.
In the etymology sense, yes, that's what it means. Necro. That's why I try to tell people, stop using Negro, because it's like saying you're a zombie.
Right.
Okay. So bitumen, bitumen. What is that?
Okay. bitum.
En.
Yeah. Okay. Bitumen. That is known as asphalt pitch or tar. It is sticky, black, and highly viscous component of petroleum. It's a petroleum-based thing. So in Bible terms, it's a type of asphalt or mineral either occurring naturally or found as byproduct of burning coal or wood.
So are we coal? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean...
coal is carbon, ain't it?
Well, yep, and we are carbon. So
exactly.
So that stardust thing does hold some weight.
Uh-huh.
It's a big bird.
And they pronounce it, they spell it Mumiyah. And that lets me know that it ends with the H. That's got something to do with Hebrew.
Yeah. That's another thing. That's all these buildings. All these pyramids. They all have Hebrew writing and everything. It's weird. It's weird.
Okay, so that's what the word come from Arabic and meaning bitumen. Early Near Eastern peoples use bitumen to heal wounds. Sometimes the shiny black resins found in embalmed bodies and even the mummy itself were used as substitutes. If the real thing were unattainable, listen at this. People, let's know that a woman got caught in a van with children body parts last week. Okay?
Really? You got to send me that one. Send me that one.
Okay. It's on here. Just put it in the woman van with body parts or something. It'll come up.
I'm gonna put that on the screen.
Is that the same woman who was found with over 100 fetuses in her basement?
I don't know if she's the same lady, but I know this lady had like legs, arms, and body parts. Not even the whole body, just parts of the body, but they were all children.
Yep, I know. I think we're talking about the same lady, and she got out of that. She said because she was preserving life. She got out of that.
You can't preserve something that's not alive.
Right, so that makes no sense.
Can if you're white.
Oh, understandable. But still, that's still like the wordplay. You know, you see it. It's still wordplay.
But this is what's bothering me, right? Because it says, if the real thing were unattainable, the cadavers of slaves or prisoners were treated with bitumen and sold instead. So they would burn them up, add some bitumen to it, and basically they were stepping on the work.
Selling fake work, yeah.
But you still got to add some original in there in order for it to work at all. Did you see that? They said they added bitumen and sold instead.
I got you. I can relate.
Okay, in the 11th century, the Persian physician Avicenna prescribed mummy for almost every ill: paralysis, epilepsy, nausea, ulcers, concussion, and palpitation of the heart. As late as the 1800s, Arabs were still mixing mummy powder with butter as a remedy for bruises. Even today, genuine Egyptian mummy is rumored to be purchased in certain New York drugstores for $40 an ounce. They just told you can still get some. Hey, how many people missing a year here? It's black.
I think it's grown-ups. It's around 200,000, and the children right now it's somewhere around 480 grand. So
and they said that they can take theirs and step on it and probably double that.
Mm-hmm. And then you think about it, when they're doing it with the children, it's so potent.
Right, that's why they want them kids, because it's pure potent. They ain't been exposed to a lot of stuff, XYZ and the third.
You know, at least exposure to chemicals.
Right, so that means it will work more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got youth on your side. Let's not act like youth does not play a role.
It always plays a role.
Okay. The curio dealers of Cairo would supply the 17th century visitor with a complete mummy or a variety of other objects, such as amulets, scarabs, and papyri.
You know, I wanted to add to what you said earlier. All those animals that are in Africa right now, they originated here.
Yes.
Like,
I'm finna show you.
Go ahead.
Egyptians couldn't find in the desert sand. They made themselves. In 1635, Archbishop Laud presented to the Bodleian Library at Oxford University one of the oldest known Egyptian fakes, a small mummy-formed statue not in the least ancient. The art of faking, it seems, as old as the tourist industry that creates a market for copies. By the 18th century, the trickle of visitors threatened to become torrent. Some travelers searched for antiquities to take back to collectors or museums. Others were curious antiquarians who wandered from temple to temple, copying inscriptions, admiring reliefs. If we could transport ourselves back to the Egypt of 1737, we would see, I'm going to spell this word, and it is italicized. And you know, italicized means they want you to pay attention to the word.
Yes, emphasized on it.
It's D-A-H-A.
Say that.
Okay.
Say that real
I know
slow.
that this is a Hebrew word because it ends in H. Here we go.
D-A, spell it again.
D-A, D is in dog, A.
D-A.
H is in Harry, A.
H.
B is in boy, E is in Edward, A is in Apple, H is in Harry. And I just told on myself because you could tell I was worked on the phone, can't you?
Because what you were spelling, it kind of got jumbled up right there during the end. That's.
Yeah, and I know I can jumble words because, I be talking and don't even know I'm talking sometimes. Y'all think I be talking to y'all and I be talking to myself. Okay, so they would see that a Leighton Reed sailing vessel moving slowly up the Nile, which we know is the Mississippi River.
Correct.
It's the only one that has 7 tributaries. Abroad would be the Anglican clergymen. You know, they called us Anglo. Hello, we're angels. The Anglican clergyman Richard Pocock had already visited lower northern Egypt and was on his way to Aswan, A-S-W-A-N, Aswan, in upper southern Egypt. Pocock adopted the name Yusuf and let his beard grow and wore a native costume. This is the first motherfucking pretendian from what I'm getting.
Wow.
And I know another time during the Boston Tea Party, they dressed up like a certain group of Indians that was from Massachusetts, that's close to Massachusetts, their tribal name. They dressed up as them and went on and threw that tea off. So that made them people think that and came and attacked the Indians when they didn't have shit to do with it. So y'all been cosplaying and doing shit like y'all us, making other people think it was us. So they would attack us. So cause yo sorry ass couldn't whoop.
Wow. So they started it.
Yep.
You gotta make sure you take a picture of that and send that to me.
Oh, here you go.
Make sure you take a picture of that when you off here and send that to me in the chat.
Here you go, little bug. Make a screenshot.
I'm gonna zoom that over there. I want to see now. I got the ammunition. See that?
Hey.
Y'all started the fighting. That's why they wanted to. That's why they did the barbecues and the cookouts.
And then you were selling the bitumen for money too. Y'all made money off. We make money even when we are unalive. Do y'all understand this?
That's crazy.
We are that valuable that our corpses is still valuable in healing people.
That's crazy. We're still making money.
Then they'll tell you ain't a god. I don't know what that sound like. Pretty goddish to me.
Why y'all doing all that for?
Exactly. Okay. I provided everything for as long as the voyage, he wrote. Coffee, rice, tobacco, soap, red shoes of the Arabs, and several other things. Ain't them red bottoms from somebody from, oh my God.
Louis Vuitton, Italy?
And several other things for presents, and took care to have sufficient arms for our defense. At Saqqara, he had stayed in the house of a local sheikh. The Arab villagers were suspicious of foreigners and considered them fair game. Returning unexpectedly from the tombs one day, Pocock was surprised by an 8-year-old girl rushing from his room. In the ceiling was a large hole. The child's mother had let her down on a rope to rifle his baggage. In spite of danger and inconvenience, the clergyman saw more of the country than most of his predecessors. His account of the land, the people, and the antiquities stands as one of the most reliable. Methodically, he drew plans of royal tombs, sketched monuments, and accurately described others. He observed that the Sphinx had been cut from solid rock, not constructed. And he guessed correctly that the receptacles found in tombs, later called canopic jars, contain the viscera, and viscera is your internal organs, the stuff that hold viscera. I know that because viscera fat is what unalive people. The people that's real fat and jiggly, they ain't in danger. The ones that's got that big hard, solid belly like they pregnant, especially a man that's hard, that's visceral fat. You want to get rid of that immediately because that's what unalives you, baby.
Wow. I'm glad I'm in shape.
Okay, contained the viscera of mummies. Bakoki was one of the first writers to denounce the destruction he saw all around him. He and other early travelers left us magnificent drawings and descriptions of monuments, as well as fascinating insights into village life. But ancient Egypt still wore its veil of mystery. No one understood its past or how to read its foreign language. In May 1798, Napoleon Bonaparte embarked from the French port of Toulon with the expectory force of 38,000 men for the conquest of Egypt. He hoped to expand the territory of France while limiting the power of England in the east. The result of his military adventure would be opening up Egypt's wonder to the west. The French expedition can rightly be called the beginning of modern Egyptology. With the army and navy, the general brought a corps of scholars. More than 100 men schooled in every discipline. He offered them the opportunity to study Egypt and record their observations for the rest of the world. With the enthusiasm the specialists set to work, artists sketched the antiquities, engineers studied irrigation methods, map makers set down the topography of Egypt. Often the work was carried out in the face of hardship and danger. Y'all hold on.
Go ahead. I guess Joya didn't want to. He didn't want no smoke today, because Joya popped his head in here today. That's wild. What'd you say? What'd you say, Aya? Yeah, that's like my main hater right there. He hates me.
I have a question for you guys. Because I'm doing research for the first time that I've never done before, and I'm really good at like reading laws and statutes and stuff. But when I'm looking at infrastructure projects, when I'm looking at numbers, how do I get to the root of funding when I'm doing these searches?
When you're looking for the funding, the capital?
When I'm looking at numbers, so right now I'm more along the lines of like infrastructure projects within cities, maybe counties, kind of the state, though those are a little bit harder and a lot of information. But when you're looking at funding projects and you can see the numbers on the piece of paper, you can see the plan, how do you start digging for who is doing this funding, who is giving the money?
Oh, it's easy to... Okay, so you're looking for the money. Okay, yeah, we gotta build on that part.
Okay, because I have all the legal stuff. I have the building projects. I have all of that, but I've never, to be completely honest, in my life, you know...
The first thing you're probably going to get to is a bank, probably.
That's what I figured.
And that's the best way when you're looking at them. And you're utilizing that, so now you just narrowed your search down, because now, okay, Bank of America, so now you can look up all the high profile people.
Because I was doing it the other way again. Like I said, I like the legal stuff, so I was looking at the projects, doubling back on the government, like legislature, to see which politicians voted yay or nay, and then going back into like the lobbyists to see who their money was going to, and so on and so forth. So am I doing too much?
No, but
No.
your energy is you gotta look focus your energy on. Let me. I want to say it properly because
It depends on if you're looking for old money.
nah, you're not looking for old money nowadays. That old money is dead. Is gone. But it's the new money because you got to think about it. When you got these big major corporations that are the banking families, they leave something to the youth. So now it's the youth trying to run everything and step into that position.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the closest I've gotten thus far is, I don't think I could say it on here, APOC. Can I say APOC? Can I say it that way?
You can say APOC that way, but like I said, more than likely, you need to focus on the high-profile people that are in the banking system as far as them making contributions to said bank.
Start at bank and dig in. Don't start at law and dig out.
That's where you start.
Okay, roger that.
So like the oil tycoons.
Yeah, nah, bigger than that. I'm talking about make him look like he's nothing.
Okay.
These the people that you see what's that movie with Eddie Murphy going stir crazy, or when he was a bum and they made him rich?
Bruce's Millions.
No, Bruce's Millions.
No.
Nah, he was a bum on the street. He was a bum on the street in this old school movie, Eddie Murphy. And then they
Changing Faces.
Changing. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. So boom. So when you look at it like that, the people betting on the pork and everything like that, what you think they ain't don't? Come on, those people running everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't look at the main contributors of the bank, that's what I would be looking. I mean, that's where I've looked. So yeah, it's all there. It's supposed to be public information. You check those people's stats, go back, you know what I'm saying? Because some of those guys, they got mad money, but they don't ever be on the Forbes list.
It is, but the internet's changing really, really, really fast. So people who keep saying, I'll get that book tomorrow, I'll read that tomorrow, I'll read my rights tomorrow. Like, you're almost kind of running out of time.
Well, when it comes to the rights thing, it's just knowing what's right and what's wrong anyway. Having a good standing in law and understanding that it's not actually law because man can't create law. They can only enforce statutes and codes, and we're not going to get on the whole big rights given by the big G guy because you know my standpoint on that. I'm kind of like I've been off the fence. I'm on the other side looking back like, yo, what is y'all doing? It gets weird when you start talking about that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Not even that it gets weird. It's just that there's multiple ways to indoctrinate someone. It's not one way or the other. You're not binded by one ideology. You're binded by all of them. And at the root, that conversation right there holds a lot of grip on people.
Okay. Yeah, that's just like not knowing thyself. Yeah.
There you go. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, that's why I look at it as like I, self, am law. Like that does make sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the whole ideology, how it turned out with whatever they got going on with Aisha, but
young lady, that's a good point.
they can keep all that.
You pull that up. You pull that information from your ancestors on that one.
Yeah, it ain't funny when the rabbit got the gun. I mean the pew pew. It ain't funny when the rabbit got the pew pew. Oops. But anyway, I mean, you think about it. They got us every which way possible. We just can't figure out how to get along together. Most of that is geared with us not actually being wanted.
That's it. You know, we're something that's not loved in a way. You know what I mean? We're tolerated as a male that looks like myself.
Well, we starting to get it together, but all of us are so spread apart for states in areas, and that's why it's hard for us to get together. That's the key.
Yeah, I smiled when the gay members started not beefing. I smiled. I was like, "Holy cow! It might work," because I know I said it out there. I was saying that when I came on here. Most people don't like it, but hey, if y'all put the pews down and let's just wait and see what happens. I've been saying this for a minute now.
Yep.
I ain't saying get rid of them. I just saying stop using them against the people that look like you. You know, I actually smiled. That was weird when they all just chilled out and didn't do nothing. They wasn't even beefing. They not beefing right now. You see the rappers? They still rapping.
Yeah.
Ain't no t-shirts. Shoot. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I'm a trendsetter. You know what I mean? But now, this is what she was talking about too. And that's who they were. That's exactly who they were. The bondmen. So, what's your name? Where you from?
I live in Texas now.
Oh, you in Texas?
I've been in Texas for about 30 years, but I'm originally from Louisiana.
Okay. Louisiana in the house. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Texas 30 years. That's a minute.
Yep.
I'm pushing that here, being here in Alabama. I'm about to cut this. I'm gonna cut it short though. But yo, I gotta tell you this. You can't disrespect me in front of a bunch of people, no matter what color, because I live by different standards and I know laws and I know how to navigate through life. Mm-hmm. I can come in contact with a person that don't actually like my particular self, and when they talk to me and they actually interact with me, that's when they realize, wow, you're not like what I thought you was. Mm-hmm. I don't say I don't boast like, oh, I'm smart and this, that, and third. I pay attention to things that I analyze a lot of things, so I don't classify I'm not by far as stupid as, you know. I analyze a lot of things. That's how I come up. Mm-hmm. That's how I come up with everything, and pretty much if I'm not paying attention to the information and the message and the information, because sometimes you can read something and not actually get the message, or somebody can say something to you and you may buck at them, but you didn't listen to the message. So they too busy trying to get at the messenger and not listen to the message.
Oh man, I go on many lives and telling these younger generation. I say, man, y'all speaking the right language, but y'all not listening to each other. Exactly. I say, you gotta listen. I say, some of the things y'all saying is exactly what he's saying, but you want to say so much, but you're not listening to what that person is saying, and y'all beating the same drum. But you're just not listening to each other.
Exactly.
Well, like I tell folks, I'm 60 years old, so I've seen all, heard all, and been all. So I'm just sitting back and observing, and I'm trying to put in a little bit tidbits of knowledge from my experience. You know.
Yeah. Alexander didn't want to come in here. Good. He go watch on the porthole.
I want to answer Eddie's question really quick, because he's asking what we're talking about, and I know from the comments it seems like I'm doing something completely different than what you guys are talking about, but they were talking about the history of ancient Egypt, sharing pictures and actual content of how a lot of I think it was the pyramids, the statues, the bones, the mummies, the books were all being stolen from Egypt. And that was, not that it was new information for me, but it was new for me to see the receipts and new for me to see the proof. So I started just asking the question of, not on the panel, but to myself, of where did that go? Where is that money going? And I was spiraling in the comments. They were on topic.
Oh yeah, so like around 1920, they were moving the stuff from here. That's why all that is still some stuff under the sand. They just took what was on top off and took it over there and tried to do the same thing.
I mean, they emptied out some of the mounds too. Most of the mounds. Because that's where we stored our gold. So they emptied out a lot of our mounds.
You heard of Quetzalcoatl? You know where that's at?
What's that?
Quetzalcoatl?
Quetzalcoatl, yeah.
Yeah, they say it's in Mexico, but you know it's in Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like to say that though.
City of Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they closed it down. Kincaid blew that up. That's why they offed them.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? When Kincaid went to the Grand Canyon, when he went on that last expedition, he blew it up, and they was tight. They offed him, and they closed down the Grand Canyon.
Yep, and then there's another guy that was digging somewhere around in Arizona. He found the hole, and he went in there, and it was full of gold. So he went back to his house. He called his friend, and told his friend to meet him at his house. He got there. He said, "Come on, let's go to the mountain. I'm gonna take you to go see something." When he went back up there, there was no more hole.
They closed the hole.
Wow.
Left it in dick.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so that means they had surveillance there from back then.
Uh-huh. They was doing it over the phones, through the lines, through the wire. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what people fail to realize. This is why they keep us technology behind. You know, we're like a century behind in technology that they already have.
We're about 100 years behind, technically.
Yeah, I could say that.
I was gonna say 150, but that's pushing it right there.
No, you can, because when you think about it, we already had electrical cars.
Everything.
Yeah, we had hydro cars that ran off of water.
I think they did them in when Nikola Tesla was trying to move in on everything, the electric. He even had a car that you could drive around without being powered by anything. That's where the whole induction motor came from.
Bro, when you go into that Tesla story and you find out who his caretaker was and all the other things.
What? Why is there 68 crates missing?
Bro, Tesla caretaker, well, his homeboy supposed to be his Trump grandfather. They off Tesla in New York.
What was that Trump? That guy that did. He's got another bad great grandfather, I think.
You know, Trump is originally from Haiti.
Oh,
Hey, all of that can be true.
His family was originally indigenous servants to the empire. His father was more like a layman in the situation. They sent him to New York, his grandfather. They sent him to his great-grandfather, rather, not his grandfather. They sent him to New York. When he got to New York, they plugged him into Tesla. He used to feed Tesla poison.
Wow.
He slowly, they slow deathed him. They made it seem like it was a heart attack, but they were feeding him. He used to, whenever Tesla got hungry or whatever, Trump grandfather was the one who bought him his food. Then Tesla was unalived.
I heard that story too. Because his
history, bro. It ain't no story. That's history.
Handler worked for the CIA, so.
If you're a handler, you work for the CIA.
Not all handlers work for the CIA, but his handler did.
And his handler, which was a Haitian American, which was named Trump.
That's wild.
That's why if you ever see he left Haiti alone. He don't fuck with Haiti. He'll go over there. He leave it alone. He ain't talk about going there and taking over their land and taking their stuff. He ain't never said that. But he go to Mexico and he talking about taking back Canada. He trying to make an empire again. Because he know there was once an empire. All these other so-called presidents don't even care about that. They don't, because they're not American. That's the only reason why I would have voted for dude, is because he's a full-blooded American. Anybody else, they're not American. I don't care what you say or what you're. If you have admixtures from another country, you are not American.
That's right.
All right? He's a full-blooded American. He has nothing installed for another country. He's not looking to give nobody else nothing. His sole purpose is for the people of America.
You're talking about Fred Trump, right?
Yeah, his grandfather. It was his grandfather.
He's got another one that worked with the mustache dude.
Is another known person that's in that circle when that happened to him, when that happened with Tesla, you know. But it's not Tesla's information anyway. It was never his.
He got it from somebody else. I knew that too.
Bro, if you look at the coils on the back of well, they turned it into a church or something. But it's a building in Mexico. They got coils going all the way on the back of the different coils. You know what the coils are, right? Because you'll see bronze, gold, and silver. All right? When you spot that on top of a building, whenever you see, if you look at any of the old architecture, none of the buildings have flat tops. You know why? Because they were all ether energy peaks, bro.
Yeah, argon energy.
Our energy get trapped in boxes. It tells you, even in the Bible, don't go to a house of box. Your signals won't be, it won't be receptive. I really don't remember, love. If yes.
Okay. Wasn't nobody doing what Tesla was doing, man. They was all stealing that man's work.
Nah,
it's not his work.
They all learned it from
our work.
It was someone else.
Nah, they learned. He learned it from a.
Nah, that man was talking about some things ain't nobody really came to.
Bro, it's been before him.
His name
way before him.
And it's not the guy Guillermo, right? That it's not the guy who came out with the radio.
No.
Where else are they talking about 369 the way he was?
It was late.
Bro, why do you keep trying to make Tesla an inventor? He didn't invent anything. Tesla didn't invent anything. None of these people invented anything, bro. It's always been here.
He learned it.
Alright? So if I say that I founded something, I found it.
But he received the downloads on his own. He didn't obtain the information by studying anyone.
He was
whether or not I mean I agree with you when you say there's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. But I mean it's just like
same dude.
Bro, before Tesla was even hold on. Let me explain something. A matter of fact, let me get my other phone so I can show you the receipts, bro.
That's the same dude that Thomas Edison stole a light bulb filament.
Exactly. They didn't invent nothing, bro. You keep trying to give him credit. He invented nothing. He downloaded nothing. He found something, bro.
Where he found it?
He found some papers. He found some knowledge. He found a person.
I get what Eddie is saying because scientific evidence. Jermaine, we had this conversation the other day. It's continuous. It's always working. So if we think in the last 100 years, most of the scientists and physicists that we've seen, most of their work isn't findings of their own. They take science and numbers from other people to find something different.
Somebody else, exactly.
Facts.
Right. So I'm digging. So who did Nikola Tesla base his research off of? So I found Nowadays. Who did Nowadays base his research off of? So I'm digging. Let me cook.
I believe. Thank you. But it's hard to believe that because when you spend
how it was never is.
When you spend so much time trying to discredit us.
If there were ether buildings before, free electrical buildings, still right now, bro. The Empire State Building is a free electrical building. Tesla was there in New York, and the Empire State Building was already built, bro. So how did he create the image, the whole Tesla coil thing?
It was already there.
It was already there. Tesla coil thing.
Where you at?
It was already there. That's the coil thing.
Already.
Where you at? It was already there. Somebody echoing bad.
What's going on?
Where you at? It was already there. Well, yeah, children. That's it. These dudes. That's why they call the founding fathers. They found everything. They the fathers of finding things.
For real.
You got to look at what the words, you're making them inventors. They're not inventors. They told you what they were. We're the founding fathers.
Trust me.
You know there's multiple definitions to the word found, though, don't you?
That's what I'm talking about. That right there. That right there. That's what keeps them in power.
I mean, like, man, like when brothers get into that etymology and be trying to break down words as if words can't have
Bro, I'm not breaking down nothing. I said it in the simplest form. What are you talking about? I know what you're saying,
bro.
I'm not trying to go into it.
Absurd, bro.
You're putting more on it than what it is.
Because they found it.
That's what our issue was for years, bro.
That's crazy,
we put more thought into something than what's on face value.
Okay, so when I say I built something on a foundation, that means I found the nation?
No.
What are you talking about, bro?
I'm saying you're talking about that they call the founding fathers because they found it. Like, come on, bro. You just trying to sound intelligent or something, bro. And it's just not.
I don't have to try to sound intelligent. I am intelligent.
All right, bro. That one didn't go over too well for me.
What do you mean? It didn't go over because you're being ignoramus on the situation.
Okay. All right. But carry on, brother. I'm listening.
All right. Like I said, at the end of the day, they called the founding fathers because they found everything. Not because what else is a founding father? A foundation?
Ain't no foundation.
All right then. So what's the founding father, bro? Explain it to me.
I wouldn't think about it.
Since I'm sounding smart, smart.
That would be the.
What is it, bro?
That would be the appropriate definition. You know what I'm saying? Of a founding father. They are the foundation of. You know, if you say the founding fathers of this country, they are the foundations. They are the ones who implemented it.
How did they found it? When they found it. Get it?
All right.
Bro, there's a such word called inventor.
Can I present my meal? I'm done cooking.
Okay.
Oh my God! It better be seasoned.
It's maybe not.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, so when you look up Tesla and who he's basing his research off of, you go through at least 6 or 7 white men before you get to Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton doesn't base his research off of anyone, but he benefited extremely from slavery. Most of the scientists who helped him, and when I say helped him, they did most of the work. They were black. They were slaves. And if you also read, I believe it's Industrial Education, Industrial Education by Booker T. Washington will explain exactly how we were given a phenomenal education and phenomenal skills just to kind of fuel the white man's name.
Who's smart now?
I'm trying to hear who Nikola
Who
Tesla.
is smart now?
Who did Nikola Tesla get his research from?
Chaz, that had a lot of seasoning. That was very tasteful.
I don't know. I think I need a second opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Isaac Newton had slaves, and you have to understand, slaves weren't just people mopping floors and picking cotton. We were people who were engineers.
Okay,
We were.
I know that. I'm very well.
So Isaac Newton's research is never his own. You would have to find the documents that say who his slaves are.
I'm talking about Nikola Tesla. That's what I want to know about.
That's what I'm saying. All of Nikola Tesla's research would have been based off of what black people had and the skill set that belonged to black people.
Do you know where Nikola Tesla is from?
I'll let you guys cook. I want to keep.
You know where Nikola Tesla is from? Ain't he Croatian or something? Or from Serbia or something like that?
All of that in 10 minutes. You can look in the comments and see when I started doing this research, and I just needed to cook for 10 minutes. You can cook for 10 minutes too, and I'll find you the name of those slaves. Is that cool?
Hey, I let my oven preheats longer than that. You talking about cooking for 10 minutes.
Well, I know what. Once he burned down New York, he moved to Colorado Springs.
Well, he didn't burn it down.
That's what they say.
He actually shook the whole place. So.
Hey man, I can't let y'all talk about my boy.
He actually shook the whole place. So that's why they ran him out of New York.
Man, the dude was a visionary, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna let you rock with that, but I know better.
He was a thief. And a thief will always be a thief.
I understand.
He was a colonizer.
I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Like how all of them are.
I understand how people be victimized and everything been stolen from us, bro. But
he was just a nicer thief. That's all. He was a colonizer and a thief.
Nikola Tesla? You say Nikola Tesla was a colonizer?
He had workers, right?
Nikola Tesla was an immigrant, bruh.
Bro, you don't understand that all of them are immigrants? What part of that you not understand?
But they victimized that man. They stole all his research, bro.
Because they didn't want him to expose what was actually going on, bro. What part of that you not understand?
His current, I forget the damn, his AC current, goddamn me, was better than what Thomas Edison had going
DC current. It was AC and DC current. It wasn't even Thomas Edison, bro. None of them had nothing, bro. What part of that you not understand?
He stole that from him, bro.
Ain't nobody steal nothing. How you gonna steal something from somebody that ain't get it?
He had free energy.
He stole it.
He was dealing with free energy.
He's the original thief of it, bro.
He stole it.
Bro, you lost in the sauce.
History tell you that the man stole the information.
Do you want the exact map of how Sir Isaac Newton stole all his stuff? Do you want the map of how it was stolen? Should we paint it out for you? Because it's right here.
Don't paint your picture, baby.
Bro, your pineal gland must be very...
Bro, it's decalcified as far as it can be. Trust me, bro.
Far from it, bro. Because you sitting there telling us that Tesla created Tesla.
No.
Yes, you are. When there were free electrical cars way before Tesla, bro.
Word.
Way before.
So what are you talking about? Make it make sense.
Electrical cars. Bro, he was beyond electrical cars, bro.
We talking about hydrate cars.
Pulling energy from the ionics
before you even came up here.
We talking about the 1800s. What you talk about is the 1900s.
Bro, I'm talking about way before the 1800s.
No, but I'm just saying in reference to what.
Yeah, what he talking.
Why is she showing us the Atlantic slave trade though?
She's showing you where
the slaves came from that Tesla stole the information from, bro. That's what she's showing.
Oh my God, are we serious?
Yeah, we had to dig that deep to have you understand that Tesla.
Okay, that's not Tesla right there. That's Darwin, right?
You know what? I need a full connection assist because she ain't got no problem.
That's Darwin. That was Darwin right there, right? No. I think she confused who Nikola Tesla is.
No,
But I
she
wasn't
went
going.
through channels.
Boy, I'm trying to give you the credit to do this on your own. I'm paving the way for you. You don't have to be stupid.
Hey, man, I walked through rough terrain.
It says Isaac Newton right there, my boy. It says Isaac Newton right there.
It's Isaac Newton.
Okay.
Mommy, what did you say?
Isaac Newton was before Nikola Tesla.
Yep. What did Isaac Newton invent?
Obviously, he invented free energy because you think Tesla invented free energy.
Show me where he invented free energy.
Yeah.
I just told you how to do all the research.
You showing me a map of the Atlantic slave trade
in 10 minutes.
Show me something that implies that Nikola Tesla. Show me where he had any encounter with slaves. Just show me that.
Because I'm not your maid. I already told you how to find exactly what I found in less than 10 minutes.
You haven't found anything.
She dug a little bit, and then she went down. Went more into it.
You showed me a picture of Isaac Newton and a map of the Atlantic slave trade. That is nothing. Has nothing to do with Tesla.
Oh my God.
I've also been providing all my receipts in the fucking comments. So stop.
You ain't bought nothing to have no receipts.
You got all the receipts for you.
You ain't bought nothing to have receipts.
Yeah.
You can't return. I'm sorry. You need to return that. I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
I don't know, but I know Bolinqua food be good. She cooking. I know I eat roasted oil all the time.
Oh, Rick.
That's what she got up there. And
I'm not
very
hungry.
seasoned.
I'm not hungry. My belly full already. I already ate. It don't look good to me.
All right. Well, you can't get none of this bacalao because
tell her she can make an apple pie out of that apple that fell.
Oh, it don't matter. I'm a chef.
Head.
I could do it my damn self.
Tell her to make an apple pie out of that apple that fell on Isaac Newton.
I see what you're doing.
Got a concussion right now.
Nah, she just threw together some good gumbo. That's what she just did.
Yeah, and he disingenuous about it because he was wrong, and he tried to come at me sideways, and he got shot in the leg.
Calm down.
He got shot in the leg by the sister, and he
If
mad.
you ain't gonna help or contribute, you don't. You gotta chill, man.
Sister been cooking.
She cooked him quick.
You need to know what's in the recipe, man, because I don't see the ingredients, man. You just putting something in front of me, man. What?
Bro, you didn't provide anything.
What kind of dishes you serving?
That Tesla is the main person. What
It
did
looks
you
like
provide?
dog
The sister
food.
gave you 3 routes. She
It
gave you
looks
3
like
routes.
dog food. What that got to do with Tesla, though?
All of it.
All of it.
She took them routes. He traveled.
It actually has nothing to do with Tesla.
He
It
was on
has
the
everything
slave
to do
ship.
with our conversation. We had a conversation. All right?
He was on the
and
slave
in that
ship.
conversation, I told you that Tesla didn't create nothing.
I'm saying,
In the process of the sister hearing me tell you that, she didn't know if either one of us was right. So she said, I'm going to dig.
What
I'm
does the
just
middle
giving you a
passage have to do
play-by-play
with Tesla?
of what happened. Because it seemed like you can't comprehend that, bro. So after she said that, I'm going to see, she jumped in and she said, I'm going to dig. When she came back, she said, Tesla got his information from 2 slaves and somebody else.
Brother.
That came from such and such.
Tesla was 1800s, right?
You gonna tap the screen, Chosen?
Tesla was 1800s, right?
1900.
Okay, he was 1900s. When did them ships sail? 1600s, right?
No.
What ships? Hold on. Whoa. Back it up.
No.
What ships?
She was the one showing that
No. What?
Was she showing the Atlantic slave trade?
There was no Atlantic slave trade.
No, I was showing you the route.
The route.
Isaac Newton traveled to steal his information.
Okay, so what does that have to do with Nikola Tesla?
He came over here. You have to come here to learn it.
Oh my God! So you saying?
No, you should say, because the sister already showed you the information and you're reading and applying.
She connecting dots that are not there. I need some type of reference.
What do you mean? We all seen the dots that connected.
How were the dots getting there if they didn't have the internet? I have the internet. I can connect the dots. How was he connecting the dots without the internet? Please tell me.
What are you talking? I'm talking about you connecting dots from Isaac to Tesla, and it's just not adding up.
Because I can do that and you can do that, because me and you both are holding supercomputers. So we can both do that. Now I want to know
he has a Rockefeller education.
How did Isaac Newton do it?
I'm in the Twilight Zone.
How did Nikola Tesla do it?
He had to come here, didn't
Y'all
he?
got me in the Twilight Zone right now.
That nigga's a thief. And he also had either his cerebellum, I think it was him, Sir Isaac Newton. Man, listen, with that Neanderthal blood, they brain didn't develop the cerebellum, the second brain did not develop properly. That's why they can eat and do the shit that they do. I'm telling you.
Facts.
Okay, now look at this right here.
Hold on, what did she just say? She just pulled something straight out of Stranger Things, didn't she?
No.
No.
Not catching it.
Hold on, run that back, baby girl. I'm sorry. Sister feel good.
Back then, it was two things going on. A lot of them were insane. That's where, because they sent criminals and they insane people here. That's how we ended up with insane asylum. Let's start there. They had a lot of bed poisoning going on. They had a lot of other illnesses going on, and they also, with the Neanderthal blood, their cerebellum, which is your second brain. This is why white men can't jump. This is why they
that ain't got nothing to do with their brain. That's their physiology.
Yes, it do.
It do. That's why I told you.
Physiology.
Thinking deeper is right in your face.
Oh my God, man! I'm flabbergasted, and I'm in agreement with y'all, man. But y'all just going so far left field. I don't even want to chase the ball.
All of the shit is left field. Ain't nothing in the right.
You got to think what they were taking for sickness.
Man, y'all just don't know how much research I've done, and like to hear the things that I heard. I'm trying to find out where y'all coming to.
Bro, I got the research. I need to see this research.
I got the internet. I got God whispering in my ear, telling me what to look up and how to word it when you look it up. How you word shit when you looking it up on that computer makes a huge ass difference.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. I deal with the
Don't make her pull the books out, please.
I deal with the Most High directly, so a lot of my information comes straight from source. Y'all wouldn't understand that.
What does it say?
Here we go.
What it say?
This set of encyclopedias don't even supposed to exist. They were supposed to be burned, and I got the whole set, bro.
Oh my God!
You got the whole set? Wow!
You got an ancient encyclopedia.
Don't play.
Yeah.
Where it's from? Who's the author of it?
I thought she never asked. Here you go.
Chicago. Oh, it's from Chicago.
Bill Press Inc. Chicago. You'll put a thing down on your woman. She a different person. She can't even hide that shit. She be America that's ancient. America is the oldest land in the world.
Hey, listen, that came out wrong. Ain't nothing under the. I'm talking about the banner of the United States ancient. Like you talking about Chicago. You talking about Chicago? That is not ancient at all.
Bro, Chicago is more ancient than probably.
I needed to see
that the original.
I needed to see Timbuktu or something in there. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I needed to see name these places over.
Well, somebody said something about
Why was the World Fair held in Chicago?